Which category are you in on your parenting journey? Category 1, sudden drop in academic performance. Do you have a child who all of a sudden started performing badly in school? Before you begin to call him names, dullard, coconut head, blockhead, make sure you find out if any of this is the reasons. Because any child who is struggling emotionally, it would affect other areas of their lives. So make sure there is no one bullying that child in school. Make sure the child is not in trouble with any teacher. Make sure that that child is not being harassed, especially online. Because in these days and time, every child has access to gadgets and internet. Any of these could lead to emotional struggles, and it might be the cause of the poor academic performance. So be sure to ask around these things before you begin to look into other things. Category 2, withdrawal. All of a sudden, your child is no longer interested in joining the others on the dining for dinner. Normally, kids after school, they would want to run down the stairs, look for who will be the first person to pick the remote to watch their favorite channels, or run outside to play football with the neighbors. But you notice that your child all of a sudden just stops doing all that and starts becoming withdrawn. Before you excuse it for maturity, make sure that you've asked around. You've asked the child some questions to find out if they are feeling unheard, unappreciated, undeserving, or they've been criticized over time. Or I try to just find out what exactly is making them to be withdrawn. And when you ask and they say nothing, then there is something. Don't give up. Keep asking until you find out what exactly it is. Category 3, rebellion. Have you noticed that after some time, your child is well behaved, very good, both at home and outside, begin to exhibit little acts of rebellion here and there? Okay, one, this might just be the child growing stubborn, but then, what is the cause? Try to find out if this child is feeling frustrated in any way or is hurting. Because when someone is hurting or feeling frustrated and there is no conducive environment for this person or this child to express his or herself, this frustration will begin to leak out in their behaviors in the form of rebellion. Like they'll stop taking orders, they would begin to do things wrongly, go against the rules and the regulations. They might stop doing their chores at home, and they might just start fighting their siblings, just fighting anyone. And they could even start talking back at you. So try to find out what exactly is going on with this child. And another thing you could do is call this child in. Don't ask in the public place, what is your problem? What's happening? You've changed and all. No, call this child in and find out what is wrong. Because this child might just be looking for a safe space, a listening ear to express his or herself. Okay? So create a conducive environment where this child can tell you what exactly it is. Category 4. This category might be funny but shouldn't be overlooked. Once you mention you're going to somewhere, maybe visit a friend or visit a place, or when it's time to maybe go to school, resume school, or go to church, or do something, you will notice that your child will begin to complain of headaches or stomach aches. But this is a child that was just previously fine. But immediately you announced that event or activity, the child all of a sudden becomes sick. So sick that they can't attend. But once you cancel that event, you find out that after a little while, they become fine. Don't dismiss it with mere coincidence. Don't just call it a coincidence. Yes, it could be, but then try to find out why this child is avoiding those places. It could be anxiety. It could be maybe there's something at that other end that puts fear in them. Maybe they have a phobia for that area, or they don't like someone or something there, or they are being bullied there. But there must be something there that is making them anxious, that is bringing up these funny illnesses all of a sudden. So what you need to do as a parent is to watch the pattern. Watch it over time and see if it is a pattern or it was just a mere coincidence the last time. The next category, complete loss of interest in something that gives them joy or something that they love. For example, you might have a child who is always singing to a song and dancing at home, painting or drawing or just doing something. But all of a sudden, the child just stops doing all that. Even when you notice that he's down or he's carrying a long face and you want to give him that or allow him do those things, he will just tell you no. You have to look into that. Find out, maybe this child has been over-criticized. Maybe one of the times when he was singing, someone from the family, whether jokingly or out of play or seriousness, might have told this child, oh, don't bother singing. You can't go anywhere with it. Oh, you're very bad at this. You're the worst person at this, you know. Your drawings are very poor. They are very bad. Nobody can ever come for them or buy them. You know, things like that can actually kill the spirits of children. And before you know it, they would rather just keep quiet. So in case you or anyone around the home, you might think you're just joking around it and you've told this child, oh, you have a frog voice, don't even bother, don't open your mouth, don't sing, you know. And this child, after some time, those voices will begin to repeat in their head and they will just want to leave that out, saying to themselves they are not good enough. So we have to refrain from doing any of this. Then the last category is this. Every child who is going through an emotional frustration or struggle might not really slow down in their activities in a way that you would notice it. There is this subtle category where this child is still carrying on with their daily activities, but inside of them they are dying. Inside of them they feel bad. These categories, they don't have the guts to speak out even when asked. They just keep it and carry it. But after it is way into the adulthood that you might see them say, oh, I never felt loved as a child, or these were the things happening in my home that made me to withdraw or not to. Do you get? So in this category too, it's very easy to miss that a child is even going through, having a hard time. So what do you do as a parent? Make it a habit to reaffirm your love to your children. Let them know you love them. So that in case there is a way this child is already feeling unloved, you know, those your positive affirmations would do the corrections even without you knowing. So what do we do as parents, caregivers, teachers, aunties, uncles, anyone that has a child around them? Here are the things you need to do in case you find yourself or your child in any of these categories. First, you have to calm yourself down as the adult, because you can't go to correct a child that is going through an emotional struggle when you are not calm. You can't afford to shout at this child at this time. You need to have a dialogue. So you too need to be calm first. And then The second thing, you have to create a safe space to have a talk with this child. You could go for a walk in the evening with the child. You could tell the child to accompany you to the market or to run an errand. Then on your way, you could stop over at an eatery, just sit down with the child, grab an ice cream, talk. You could go to the park. You could invite the child to join you to do a chore at home, maybe folding clothes, and it's just the two of you in your room, and then you begin to ask this child. Even if they don't respond the first day, try again, try the third day, keep trying until they open up to you, because it would save them a whole lot, and it would save you too as a parent, because you need to know what is going on with that child early so we can correct it. Then another thing you need to do as the parent or caregiver is to watch out for patterns. Yes, watch out for patterns. When a child does something today, watch out if that behavior would repeat again. Don't just dismiss emotions, okay? Don't just dismiss their outburst as emotions. Watch it today, watch it next time, watch it next week, next month, to see if it is becoming a pattern. Then parents, please try to cut down on the rates at which you shout at the kids. They are human beings too, with emotions. They prefer being talked to. They love dialogues. They love conversations. So when you shout, the problem is with you, the adult, because you're the one that is not handling the pressure well. So you need to calm yourself down. You call the child in and you have a conversation. From the tone of your voice, the child would know, oh, mommy is happy, daddy is happy, or mommy doesn't like this, daddy doesn't like this. We need to do more on that as parents. We need to keep reassuring our children that we love them, that we are here for them, that even if they make mistakes, they can always come and talk to us, so that they don't feel scared and begin to run away and things will continue to get worse. So let your child know that you would help them through whatever it is. And always know that Dr. Yuzi loves you. Bye.